Did you know that back pain is the leading cause of physical dysfunction and lost work productivity? Hi, I'm Dr. Peters with Peters Wellness Chiropractic and Massage. And in this week's quick video, I want to give you 8 key things to do to reduce your chances of back pain, whether you're at work or at home, because either place, nobody wants to have it. So I want to start out, if someone hurts their back, or if you're hurting right now, one of the first things most of us are going to think of are over-the-counter medications. Now these are things you don't need a prescription. We call them OTCs, over-the-counters. And NSAIDs, which is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the NSAIDs have a list of side effects, and I've written a couple down here. And in looking at that, number 1, stomach ulcers. Number 2, heartburn, headaches, and I've done a few videos on headaches caused by overuse of medication, dizziness, ringing in the ears, liver and kidney issues. So, and keep in mind, I'm just talking about over-the-counter. You don't need a prescription. Now again, I'm not a medicine basher, because if you got a pounding headache and you can't get in and get adjusted, you can't do something about it, you need to take some Motrin or something like that to get through the day, no one's going to judge you for that. But if you continue to do that on a regular basis, like, hey, every week I'm taking some type of medication, an NSAID or some type of over-the-counter for my back pain or a headache, that's not a good situation to be in. And it's the reason why I wrote my book. And the title of my book, if you don't know it already, it's on the background. Pain is fantastic, right? Pain is fantastic. And people come in, they're in pain, they look at that poster and they're like, what, are you nuts? Why would you put something like that, not only in your office, but you would title your book, Pain is Fantastic. And keep in mind the title is Pain is Fantastic. It doesn't say it's fantastic to be in pain. Pain itself is an amazing messenger that will force us to listen to our bodies. I like to think of it like a little baby in diapers. They're too young to tell you what's wrong, so the way they talk to you is to scream at you, right? They might fuss a little bit, and then you're ignoring them, you're not changing the diaper, and then they start screaming at you. And think of your body doing much the same thing. A little tight, a little stiff and sore, and then a couple days later, you've got throbbing, burning, aching, sharp shooting pain. So think of pain as a messenger, and it's telling you something's wrong. And I'm here to tell you that through chiropractic care, that I want to be able to help you. So in my book on chapter 6, let me find it here, talking about what are the shortcuts to getting better, and are you willing to participate? Okay, what are the shortcuts to getting better, and are you willing to participate? But also think of it as a way to be proactive, not being reactive, but being proactive and making sure that you're doing things to reduce your chance of back injury. So, looking in here, sleep 7 to 9 hours. 7 to 9 hours per night. Now, if you want more detail, it's all in the book, but sleeping 7 to 9 hours, because if you're tired and fatigued, your chances of making an error and injuring yourself by simply, instead of just bending down and grabbing something, you're turning and twisting. I mean, I've heard that story so many times of people, I just turned to bend down to pick up maybe the golf ball, right? Something so simple, the straw that broke the camel's back. All right, the next one, drinking plenty of water. Now, the basic water, when you look at it again, I talk about it in the book, but half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you'd be drinking 100 ounces a day. Now that's as a minimum. Okay, some recommendations are much more than that. Next, if you've been in my office, you know the foam roller. The foam roller. And people ask, well, I got one with bumps on it. I don't care if there's bumps on it or not. What I care about is you get down on the floor, you get on that foam roller. There's, like in my office, I have white ones and black ones. The white ones are softer, the black ones are denser, so that they are going to put more force into that muscle and break through those scar tissue and those adhesions in the muscle to allow it to function better. Exercising 4 to 5 hours. Exercising 4 to 5 hours, 4 to 5 times a week is the way I thought of it. But I mean, an exercise program, you should be in and out of the gym in probably less than an hour, unless maybe you're training for something pretty intense. Proper eating. Please, I get people in, and the key is, and I love this saying, I don't even know where it came from originally, but abs are made in the kitchen. And people say, I don't have time to exercise. If you're 50 pounds overweight, it's not just an exercise problem. Even if you're 10 pounds overweight, you got to look. If you are consuming more energy than you're putting out, your body's going to store the excess energy. And in the human body, it stores it as fat or adipose tissue. Next, let's see, reading. Now you may see this is crazy. What does reading have to do with not hurting my back? Reading is a great way not only to expand your mind and your thinking, to keep you excited and keep you happy and keep you driven to do more and more. They say the top CEOs in our country read about 50 books per year. I think it's 50 to 60 books. 50 to 60 was the last thing I read. But I was reading another study that talked about billionaires, and they were saying some of them read up to 200 books a year. So that might be a little bit too extravagant. So just think, if you read even a book a month would be 12. I think the average American reads less than 3 books a year. So books, again, depending on what you're reading, you could read books on how to be healthy. You could read books on how to exercise. I'm reading a great one now, Michael Matthews, and it's all about exercise, and it's about eating, and it's about doing all these amazing things. He also has a podcast that I like to listen to. But exercising is very, very important, along with reading and thinking. And the next step after that would be visualizing and really thinking through that. So you're reading and then taking time to visualize and to think about your future, which ties on to last week's video, talking about the 7 F's of ULA, setting your goals here in October for the upcoming year, and just always thinking about journaling, getting your thoughts down, and knowing what your goals are. What is your why? What is your purpose? And how is that going to help with back pain? Because people who don't know what they're working for are feeling they're just going through the grind, right? They're going through the grind. They're doing it just to pay the bills, just to get through, just to do enough. Where if you're thinking, you're visualizing, you're reading, you're creating a better future for you and your family. And then also, maybe you're just going to do some reading just to relax. Relaxation is key. Meditation, doing these types of things are amazing for our health. And then also, lastly, I'd like to talk about doing traction. So in my office, when we get x-rays on people, we're looking at the front to back curves called the lordotic curvature and the kyphotic curvature, looking at the cervical, thoracic, lumbar spine. And doing traction can reduce the tension in your nervous system on your spinal cord. That way, when you're bending and lifting and doing the exercising, you have less chance of injury. So, check out the book. Pain is Fantastic. I also, for those of you who are asking, I do have the Kindle version now available on Amazon. And I haven't really posted much about that yet. I've just been selling here in the office, but it's on Amazon. It's available. The book itself is like $9.99, but the Kindle version I have on there for $3.99. So, I like to listen to books, which I don't have mine in Audible yet, but if I get enough requests for that, I may do that. But Audible, also Kindle, and then just the regular hard copy. So, think about your back. And think about when you're at work, if you're emotionally stressed out, you have a higher chance of back injury. If you're physically tired or out of shape, you have a higher chance of back injury. So take care of your mind, take care of your body, and watch what you eat and put into it, and make sure you get plenty of rest. Think of sleep as part of your job, that you need to get enough rest so that you're not only there for your employees or your employer, but you're also there for your family. So have a great week. And remember to take good care of yourself, because without your body, where are you going to live?